Hey everyone, this is Jess from LivingGirlLivingFoods.com. Been asked a couple of questions, I guess kind of personal, but it's really not a big deal, on, I guess, I don't know exactly how to phrase this, on finding happiness, I suppose, or accepting your own journey, and also trying to block out negative voices in yourself and maybe people you love around you don't realize that the things they say can actually be really hurtful. Always listen to yourself. My last post, I spoke all about kind of going with your instinct and literally go with your gut feeling. If you try a food and you don't feel well afterwards, that's your body trying to tell you, like, hey, hello, that wasn't cool. And it could either be you're really detoxing, maybe you're allergic. You have to see exactly what type of symptoms you have afterwards. Which also leads me to detox symptoms. I've been asked some really great questions about detox symptoms. It's kind of freaky because they feel like cold or flu symptoms. You can get a headache, you can get lightheaded, your nose can start dripping. It's really just everything trying to release out of your body. It's freaking out, it wants out, it knows there's these nasty, nasty things in there, and it's just flushing it out. So depending on how quickly you try to cleanse, you can end up hurting yourself, and it can be really uncomfortable and painful. And that's why I've been recommending my readers to do everything very gradually. If you're, for example, with beets especially, if you're not used to beets, go gradually with it. You will tell, your stool and your urine will be able to kind of show you, like, this is too much, or we're doing okay. It'll be discolored, I'm sorry if that makes anyone uncomfortable. And also it'll cause a lot of discomfort in your gut even. So please, please, please listen to yourself. Just because I like to juice a certain quantity of something doesn't mean that it's exactly the best quantity for you. Like, I know I've had a lot of readers tell me that they're worried about fruit consumption. I don't have any other sugars besides what is in my fruit. So I guess for me personally it's not a huge concern. I do try to do a cutoff around 4 or 5 o'clock with anything too fruity, because then I have way too much energy and I'm ready to go and there's nowhere to go. I need to be calming down and getting my body ready to rest. So I made, well, I'm soon going to be making, I should say, a juice. There's been a really great article that I'll link it on my website all about kale. And I'm kind of a huge kale fan. My parents are from Portugal, so I'm used to having kale around the house a lot. And now they're calling it the new Prozac, or whatever they compared it to in the article. I'm just going to say there's proof now that it does help people be happy or feel happy. So I kind of made my own little version of happy juice. Because I don't know what else to call it right now. But I'll give you a little sneak peek. Let's see if I'm good with this little phone camera thingy. Hope I got it in there. Okay, hope I did that right. So I have 4 leaves of kale, 4 sticks of celery, 1 whole lemon with the rind still on it because it's organic. I did clean it. All my produce, I always wash it beforehand. I have a huge article all about the importance of washing things. I'll try to remember to link that also. I have 1 orange with the rind removed, half of a cucumber, the amount of dill that I would like, which I'm guessing this is probably around 3 or 4 tablespoons of dill. I did a quarter of fennel, some turmeric, ginger, and then pineapple cores. A while back, I made a smoothie or something with some pineapple, and the cores, since they're really hard, they don't go so well in the blender, and it's not pleasant to chew on. And that can also cause some stomach discomfort if you try to actually literally eat the core. So usually keep that for juicing. And it's not that much of the core, so it's just to add another dimension to the juice. So this is something kind of sweet, but I'm going to have the warming from the fennel and the turmeric, the ginger, and the rind from the lemon does cause a slight warm feeling because of that oil, that kind of comforting fat. So it ends up being really great for your joints or any body discomfort. Fennel has also been proven to be a libido enhancer. So all of these ingredients, it's kind of just to really push some great cleansing to go on in my body. And to me, oranges have always been something that makes me happy. The color, the memories. I think I just spat some bubbles, I'm sorry. The memories of orange juice, having it in the morning, especially when I was a child, and my dad would juice it for me fresh. It's always been kind of a special treat to me. And then the celery and cucumbers creates a lot of water. And celery has great natural salt in it, and it's also a negative calorie food. So, see if I make sure I explain this right. You're burning calories pretty much while having celery. So this is, 4 sticks is kind of a lot for juice that I normally make for myself. But I do have like a lot of fruit and other things going on here. I've had a lot of questions about my juicer lately, so I just wanted to show you guys a little image of my juicer. There we go. There's my juicer. There's where it all comes out. This is where the juice goes. This is where the pulp goes. And instead of having a blade, it's just this kind of auger that just rotates around. So my juice literally just ends up getting crushed. This is going to be a little bit loud, but I just wanted to show people exactly how dry my pulp comes out. And it is a very slow process with this juicer, but that's also partially why I got it, was because I wanted to make sure my juice stayed raw. It's really getting everything in there, all of the nutrients. So put a little piece of pineapple, and then I'm going to put some greens to show you guys. Okay, so you can see the pulp kind of coming out in there. Gonna put a little bit more pineapple so you can at least recognize a solid color going through there. Woo! When I pushed it through, some pineapple juice spat out at me. Okay, here we go. Now I can show you more pulp. So here's the pulp coming through. And yeah, my finger's a little wet, but the amount of juice that ends up coming out was a lot from just the core. So it's just to add another dimension to the juice, a little citrusy, fun, brightness. And I have an article all about the health benefits of a lot of these ingredients, so you can always feel free to search through my previous posts. Sometimes I get worried that I sound like a textbook or a broken record. So I'm just going to put a little bit more kale. And since I'm using a juicer, I can put the stems and everything right in there. So let's check this out. There we go. Now this really shows how dry it's coming out. See how it's like a dread? For people who've been following me for a while and they didn't really understand what I was talking about, that's what I was talking about. It literally comes out in this kind of ball, like a dread, and it's so dry. Gosh, my lights keep going out in the house. But Woo, there we go. So you can see how dry that ends up coming out. And that's why I personally really enjoy using my Omega juicer. I hope that goes over some little questions people had, while also kind of mixing things up on my site so it's not always just me talking at you. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm working more on trying to do videos. I'm trying to do that whole thing where you do at least a thing a day that absolutely scares you. So I've been giving a lot of people my business cards. I'm trying to work on doing more videos and talking to more people in general, without getting too pushy about vegan food or juicing or anything like that. So keep my fingers crossed that I do well and that I keep up with this. And thanks again for stopping by. Much love.